Welcome back, awesome Action Toy fans and subscribers. I'm looking at today, I believe it's a Marvel Universe Rhino, though I may be wrong on that because I've got it loose. I do have my suspicions and I'll tell you about those in a minute, and maybe a different Spider-Man line of Rhino, but still it's 1/18 scale. I tell you why I think it may not be, because there is no joint in the knee at all. And so that is a bit unusual. There's no waist joint, I can forgive that. But I thought there would have been, because a lot of their bigger stuff does have a waist joint as well. Okay, so aesthetic wise, he's really mean. He's chunky, he's quite heavy for the size. He is really broad. It's a different sculpt you see on the big figures like Juggernaut, Hulk and Blaster, etc. So that is really nice. He's just a menacing looking big figure, but with no ankle articulation and no knee articulation, so he's pretty much set like that. However, they gave him hip articulation, which seems to make no sense, because you can't change his ankles once you move his hips. He's going to fall over most likely, but we'll look at that in a second. So what does he have articulation? His head does go down for charging, I guess, and up for looking. Obviously you get your turn. There's not an actual left to right, it's a swivel. Shoulders go up. He gets them to go about flat. Biceps, he gets a decent bicep bend for his size. Nothing on the waist. Hips, which is the unusual part. So he does have some hip articulation. Get the hip joints in the right place. And you can do this, but there's nothing in the knees and there's nothing in the ankles. Now, I got him cheap as usual because he is loose and I'm in China, so you can pick things up quite cheap in China if you know where to look. The reason I got him mainly is, well, I was hoping he'd have articulation, but I love his feet. I reckon I can do a good copy of those. And once I've got a nice cast of those, I can add articulation or put them in other customs. And I like the head as well. It's a nice head with that screaming face there and the sort of the Rhino look horn on top. He looks really nice. It's just a shame about, forget the waist. If his knees had articulation, his ankles, he'd be one of my favourite figures, but they don't, so he just loses out drastically. Now I will look for some other ones and see if I can see them with articulation. Then I know this isn't a Universe. One's Universe normally have good articulation on the Marvel lines, so like that he can stand, but he really wants to fall over as well. He looks great, but just missing that articulation. That's all we wanted, and he would have been almost perfect with that articulation, his knees and his ankles. Okay, this is Awesome Action Toys signing out, saying please like, share and subscribe. I'll be back to some awesome Action Toy videos for you. Stay happy and keep collecting. Bye bye.